Now we have all of the weaponry, all of the tools that we need to attack one of the most beautiful parts of consumer theory, which is basically how to ask all of the kinds of questions that we have been asking, given that actually it's extremely hard to measure directly. Think of opening a person's head and knowing what their utility function is. So in particular, in the real world, economists are interested in exercises of the following form. What would happen to consumer demand and to the consumer surplus if prices were to double in a particular market, or if the government were to introduce this particular tax? They want to answer these questions, but they face a very concrete constraint, which is they cannot base their exercise on knowledge of the consumer's actual experience utility function because they don't know it. So what do we do in this case? Over the next few videos, I'm going to show you how economists actually deal with that, and it's extremely beautiful. Basically, so far, I have shown you how to compute demand and compute consumer surplus based on knowledge of the utility function. But here comes the kicker. It turns out that you don't need it. If I know the behavior of the consumer, that's enough to infer backwards all of the information that I need to predict how they will behave in other situations and to compute the consumer surplus of those changes. So I actually don't need to open the head to know the experience utility function to be able to answer those kinds of questions. I hope you really like this section because in my view, it's a major achievement of neoclassical economics to figure out that you can answer these questions without actually having to know the utility function.